Danny, well, the Washington County Fair returns today through Saturday, and it is Arkansas's oldest and largest county fair.
Yeah, 5 News reporter Claire Everbach is joining us live from the grounds with a closer look at all of the fun. And Claire, I know you already made some friends with some cows there this morning.
Well, Emily, Tiffany, I've certainly made some good friends this morning that I hope will stay close with me for a long time. We're currently in the dairy cattle barn. Let me show you the littlest friends that I've made this morning. This is Lilac right here. She's a black and white cow. She's about a few months old, so she's not a really small baby, but they're both definitely still calves. They're probably the smallest animals that we've seen so far, but there's animals of all sizes in this barn. Some very large cows that we're seeing over there. Some of them are eating hay, maybe getting their breakfast ready. Then we also see some people back here who are just preparing the barn for the day. It is opening day, so it's probably going to be a little bit crowded. They're definitely expecting a lot of people to come out to the fairgrounds today. And it's not just the livestock that we're going to have today. There's also going to be food. The ride's open tonight. And there's also, of course, the horticulture area. Something for everyone to enjoy and people of all ages. So Lilac, you ready for your on-camera debut? She's a little bit camera shy. I don't know, but maybe she'll warm up a little bit later this morning. Emily, Tiffany, back to you.
Thanks, Claire. Well, the Sebastian County Fair also kicks off today in Greenwood and runs through Saturday. It's dollar night, meaning admission costs $1 for all ages. Gates open at 5. Rodeo events are Friday and Saturday. You can also catch live music every single night. Well, voters in Oklahoma are heading to the polls today to decide who will be the Republican candidate for governor as well as state superintendent on the November ballot. Outside of races, LaFleur and Sequoia counties will be voting on bond proposals. In the Sallisaw School District is hoping voters will approve a $23.6 million bond proposal to build a new performing arts center and modern track and field complex. Polls will be open from 7 to 7.
Well, the Democratic Party of Benton County has chosen a nominee for the special election to fill the vacant House District 8 seat. Parker Stolten will face Republican Kara Armis in November. Stolten currently serves on the state committee for the county's Democratic Party. It's unclear if an independent candidate will also file for the race. Austin McCollum resigned from the House seat earlier this month. This happened after he was arrested for allegedly assaulting his wife. Whoever wins the special election will hold the seat until January, when Brian Armis is set to take over the role. Meanwhile, McCollum and his wife are due in court today. This time, it's going to be their divorce case. It's moving forward.
A temporary hearing is scheduled for 9 o'clock this morning in Benton County Circuit Court. Reagan McCollum filed for divorce earlier this month, asking for custody of the couple's 2 children and both temporary and permanent child support. The filing also asked the court to address the couple's property, outstanding debts, and access to their home. The divorce filing came days after Austin McCollum's arrest following allegations of domestic abuse. The Lake Sequoia Bridge in Fayetteville is going to close for a few months.
It starts a week from today, September 1st. Crews are set to replace sections of the bridge deck and bridge joints that have deteriorated over time. It's a heavily traveled road, and when it comes to emergency response during the closure, the Round Mountain Volunteer Fire Department says that their first responders are ready. The chief says that they have a new station on Wyman Road and automatic aid agreements with Fayetteville, Elkins, and Goshen.
Just be assured that we'll still be here. Our response times will not change hardly at all. If we are short on manpower, we have auto aid partners that are right there waiting to come and help us.
The city says Fayetteville Public Schools and their emergency response teams have established alternate routes during the closure.
Well, starting tonight, Highway 71B, also known as West Walnut Street, between 8th Street and 45th Street, will be closed overnight through September 9th. The closure will be from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. nightly for those 2 weeks. Today, U.S. Representative Steve Womack will host the chairman of the House Armed Services Committee in Northwest Arkansas. According to a release, Womack and Chairman Mike Rogers are set to visit national security and defense-related assets. They will tour a civil engineering center and laboratories at the U of A this afternoon. Tomorrow, they give an update on defense legislation at the Mid-America Aerospace and Defense Summit in Bentonville. President Donald Trump is hailing a political win at home after an emergency U.S. Supreme Court ruling.
But abroad, his trade war with Canada is growing even more heated as both sides threaten new tariffs. Bradley Blackburn has more.
With less than 3 months until the midterms, the Trump administration is celebrating what it calls a, quote, major win for the security of American elections. In an unsigned 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court said President Trump's executive order restricting mail-in ballots to voters on lists compiled by his administration can move forward for now, as a challenge works its way through lower court. This is a trade war between the U.S. and Canada intensifies after talks collapsed last week. Monday, President Trump threatened new 50% tariffs on automobile and steel exports from Canada, starting in January, writing, quote, "We don't need Canada, they need us." The reaction in Canada was swift.
This guy's a loser. We're going to fight with everything we have.
Officials there are set to unveil new retaliatory measures to the latest U.S. tariffs that went into effect over the weekend. Michigan store owner Michael Howard says the trade war is bad for business.
We needed materials to build the cabinetry and desk in there, and with a 50% tariff, all those costs have skyrocketed.
Meanwhile, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent laid out the administration's so-called economic D-Day operation against Iran, warning countries to cut ties with the regime or face sanctions.
If people do not want to meet our expectations, then we expect, and they should expect, that will leave the dollar system.
Bessent said the president is calling world leaders to urge them to get on board, though there were no specifics on who may be punished and when. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.